the tables have turned. Talked about the Eagles needing this game, much like the Cowboys needed a win in Philadelphia to really have any hope the rest of the year. The Eagles have it all out in front of them, but it has to start with a win here today.
Well, they're pretty beat up on the defensive side of the ball, as all Eagle fans know. And on the offensive side of the ball, the last 2 weeks in those wins, they've been more balanced. They haven't relied as heavily on Carson Wentz. They've been able to get Josh Adams going in the run game. That's going to be important to have some balance against this defensive front that Dallas possesses.
Well, Doug Peterson talked about the importance of this game with his team. For more on that, down to Aaron Andrews.
Yeah, Doug Peterson saying he would address his team about what was on the line. And during pregame warmups, Joe, we saw leader Malcolm Jenkins adding to his head coach's message. He said to his guys, let's not pretend what's going on here. We have an opportunity to clean up the mess we made this season. Who wouldn't want a chance like that? And for the Cowboys, DeMarcus Lawrence saying he told his guys, the Eagles are still the champions despite what's happened to them this season. We want to get where we want to go. We got to knock out the champs. Going to take a great mindset and some toughness today, Joe.
All right, Aaron. Well, the Eagles won the toss. They defer, so Dallas will start this game with the football. And it will be that early test for that injury-ravaged secondary of Philadelphia. We'll get into that on the first possession for the Cowboys. Glad you're with us today on Fox. Jordan Lewis will bring it out. Cannot make it to the 20. Well played downfield. Eagles say the ball's out. And no indication of a fumble yet. Is this game going to start with a turnover? It stays with Dallas. And here's another look. Right now they're saying no fumble. And that ball's out.
It's definitely out. Now a clean recovery. That ball was definitely coming loose before Jordan Lewis got to the ground.
See if Doug Peterson throws the challenge flag.
Wow, that looks to me like that's Eagles' ball.
And he's now throwing the flag. What a start this could be for Philadelphia on the road.
Boy, you're not kidding. These are the kind of breaks that the Eagles are going to need to get during this game, and to start the game with something like this is big.
But again, you need a clear recovery to give the ball to Philadelphia.
Sure looks like it, though, doesn't it?
Clearly the ball's out. Jenkins is the one who knocked it out.
After review the play, there was a fumble on the play. However, we do not have a clear recovery by the kicking team. Therefore, the ruling on the field stands as called. Be first down.
That's a hard one for the Eagles to digest. I know all those Eagles fans at home that are watching that, to watch that and for the Eagles not to have the ball, this doesn't seem like the right call.
Here's Elliott. Gets a yard. Dak Prescott at the controls. His quarterback rating for the year, 95.4. But you look at this stretch of the last 5 games, and that coincides with the trade for Amari Cooper, and the numbers are fantastic with a completion percentage up near 73. Second down and 9. Throw is out on the edge to Gallup, and the rookie, a short gain. It's 3rd and 7. Prescott throws, and the pass incomplete. Intended for Amari Cooper, and there was Sidney Jones again.
Well, Sidney Jones had safety help, and so he was able to play underneath it. It's too deep, man under, and he never turns around. If Sidney Jones just turns around, knowing that he had to have known the ball was in flight based on the route by Cooper. If he turns around, the ball hits him right in the head.
Well, credit this Philadelphia Eagles defense with all those injuries in the secondary. 13 different defensive backs have started a game this year. They don't get that early turnover, but they get a 3 and out. And a beautiful spiraling punt that turns over and takes a Cowboys bounce down inside the 20. to the 15, and a punt of 63 yards a season long for Chris Jones. And now Carson Wentz, who is less than a year removed from the surgery to repair the 2 torn ligaments in his left knee. The numbers are pretty good, but when you consider where he was a year ago at this time, 33 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions, it pales in comparison, but he's still trying to get right.
Yes, he is, and won't be right really until next season. That's what they oftentimes say when you've got a knee reconstruction, but he's been helped by this running game.
And here's an early look at it as Josh Adams with a nice start to the day. Broke a couple of tackles, went around to Wouzier, got 8, and a nice start from scrimmage for Philadelphia. And we look at this offense. They rank 17th overall. They're number 23 with the rush, but they have a new feature back over the last handful of weeks. And Josh Adams, we just saw him, and they got Golden Tate involved more in their home win against Washington.
Yeah, Golden Tate's first game, a little bit like Amari Cooper. His first game was when they played each other back a month ago. He only had 2 receptions in that game, but he's coming off his most productive day last Sunday.
They start with 2 runs. First one for 8, and this one goes backward as Jeff Heath got through in a loss of 2. Third down coming up. I don't think anybody expected this Cowboys defense to do what they did against the New Orleans Saints, but all year long they have had terrific stats. They're young, especially with those 2 linebackers, 54 and 55. You see in the middle of your screen, Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch.
And the Cowboys defensively, they won this down against the Saints. It's why they held them to 10 points. Overall for the year, they have struggled, but they've gotten a little better here in recent games.
Pass is caught. That's Ertz. A first down for Philadelphia. Catch number 94 on the year for the stud 6th-year tight end.
This is F post right there, and it's a well-run route. It's difficult to defend the way that they released it with the other tight end, and Zach Ertz is obviously their guy and had a huge game. The last time these 2 teams met, he's on quite a pace this year to set an all-time record for receptions amongst tight ends. Starts off with a good conversion.
Here's Adams, spun around and gets a block from Golden Tate. What a good run by Adams, and it was a block by Tate that sprung him. He went around Jeff Heath, he got away from him, carried it for 24. And this was well done.
Well, Jeff Heath is around the line of scrimmage. He made the play earlier. This time he's not able to, and there's the block by Golden Tate that springs him. I'll tell you right now, Josh Adams, he's had a couple nice runs. Has shown some good moves. It's hard to traverse the field in this league and pick up those kinds of yards. He obviously was helped by the perimeter block, but off to a nice start.
Now Sproles in the backfield for Philadelphia. And a toss to Darren. And a short game, well played by linebacker Damian Wilson, a gain of just 2. Sproles, his 2nd game back. He played in week 1, hurt his hamstring. Hadn't played until last week against Washington. And on his first carry, gets just a couple.
And he did not have a reception in that win on Monday night. And I would expect him to be a little bit more involved. They're being cautious with him, I understand, but I would expect him to be a little bit more involved in the passing game here in this one.
2nd and 8. Here's Goddard, and the rookie tight end overthrown with a rookie linebacker, Vander Esch, on him.
Goddard had a step too, and we've seen Wentz miss some of these opportunities when he's had guys open for an opportunity for a big play down the field. But that's a good matchup with Leighton Vander Esch, whether it's him on Goddard or a back. He's a big guy, but he can really run, and he does a nice job in coverage as well as against the run.
3rd down and 8. Fake the handoff, and Wentz is sacked. Randy Gregory, he's been hot. That's his 4th sack in the last 5 games, and that'll force a punt.
Well, they sink Jeff Heath down, so it's called 11 robber is the coverage. It's man across the board with a free defender then in the middle. The Eagles are trying to run that crossing route, a natural picking action. Good call versus man. But the Cowboys played it exceptionally well, and then the pass rush gets to Wentz.
Fair catch by Beasley.
It's time to do summer your way at the Home Depot, so you can dig into more projects, pack in more flavor, and dial up the do-it, however you choose to do it. Don't miss 4th of July savings happening now at the Home Depot.
Michael, I just wanted to say I'm so proud of you. It's nice to see you enjoying yourself. I hope you see new things. I hope you feel new things. But most of all, I hope you understand that this time is yours. Love, Mom.
See the world like an insider with Chase Sapphire Reserve. Make more of what's yours.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
This is Poof, the fastest growing pet odor eliminator in the world. Oh! It's safe for people, pets, and the planet. Powerful enough to eliminate the stink from any organic odor. Yet it's safe enough to use on pet toys, their beds, even on them. So why waste money on any product that doesn't totally eliminate the stink? There's only one Poof, available online and at these stores. If it's not Poof, it stinks.
This is the one who helps everyone stay safe. An unsung hero in a building full of everyday heroes is just how he likes it. The industrial-grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attention, all students. Today, I'm calling on the trendsetters and the underdogs. In this game, there's a position for everybody.
Here's Elliott. He breaks through for a first down carry as he gets 13, and he has the luxury of the 5-time Pro Bowl and 2-time All-Pro left tackle Tyron Smith back in there after missing the last 2 games with a neck stinger. And as you can see, he's also been bothered by a bad elbow, a bad back, so he's been off now and raring to go against Philly.
Yeah, they thought he was going to be able to play last Thursday night. They got into pregame warm-ups, and he just couldn't make it. Cameron Fleming got the second start.
Prescott in trouble, able to flip it to Gathers. And what could have been a big loss ends up just as a loss of 1. For more on Tyron Smith, down to Aaron.
You mentioned the stinger. You mentioned the right elbow. A lot of conversation about the elbow brace. That's really a knee brace, guys. Why is he doing it? Normal elbow brace doesn't fit that elbow one. A knee one does. And let me tell you, the conversation on the Eagles sideline during pregame warmups, players asking me, is that for real? Is that for real? I got to see this knee brace on his elbow.
Looks like it fits. It does. It might be a little tight.
Second down and 11. Here's Elliott. Nice gain on 2nd and 11 of 7. We'll look at this offense that checks in 25th in the league, but the numbers much better over the last 5 games, and they're 6th in the rushing department. Ezekiel Elliott starts the day number 2 in the league, right behind Todd Gurley. There are the backs and receivers. Still missing Jeff Swaim out with a broken wrist, their top tight end. 3rd down and 4. Prescott throw is behind the tight end, but a nice catch by Jarwin for the first down. Just his 8th catch of the season, and that was a good one.
Sure was. A great adjustment by him as he's going to come across on the drag. And if he's able to hit this in stride, he's going to be able to split those defenders and pick up a few more yards. He's happy to just come away with that catch. Should have been a much easier throw for Dak Prescott, but a nice conversion to keep this drive alive.
Prescott, good protection, has a man Gallup, and he's been getting more and more involved, the rookie wide receiver. The third-round pick from Colorado State. And they're going to give him enough for a first down. Here's that Eagles defense, and what's been shocking, and again, they're playing without Tim Jernigan, who's played in only one game. Still out with back spasms. They don't have Jordan Hicks. They just put Jalen Mills on IR.
47.
It's a difference in stopping the run that's been the problem for Philadelphia. There's Elliott on first down. Prescott airs it out. Flag is down. Gallup the target, and the flag is thrown in the direction of the coverage on Michael Gallup. We'll see who it's against.
Yeah, we'll see. That's usually on the defense. Rasul Douglas. See what they...
Personal foul. Grabbing the face mask. Defense. Number 32. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down, Dallas.
And there it is on the right side of your screen. Just a little grab that turned the head of Michael Gallup. First down from just outside the 32. A little cutback by Elliott and big yardage on first down. A gain of 5. Jason Garrett in his 8th full year. He's taken the Cowboys to the playoffs twice. He's 29-15 over the last 3 years, but you see his home record 2-5 against Philadelphia as the Cowboys try and extend this streak to 5 straight here in 2018. Elliott, a bobble, and then a dive, and we'll see where they put it. And they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 25, a gain of just 2. Third down and a couple coming up.
If you look at the Eagles defensively, they've not been able to get the takeaways that they had a year ago, and it obviously has been a struggle for Jim Schwartz in this unit with all of the injuries that they have had. But where they've been good is keeping people out of the end zone when they've gotten down into this area of the field. And right now we'll see whether or not they can make a key stop here and what Jason Garrett may elect to do if they do.
Pass is caught. Flag is down, and that on the far side of the field is the tight end Jarwin again.
Well, they may get a hit on Dak Prescott. That was the flag that came in late, it appears. And whether or not the Eagles maybe were offsides on the first flag that came. Let's take a look at it. It's all out blitz. There's Cox who gets the hand to the head.
On the play. Offside, number 77. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 91. Penalty's half the distance to the goal line. Automatic first down.
So the 3-time Pro Bowler, Fletcher Cox, is guilty of the foul on the hit on Dak Prescott. Here's another look.
Yeah, he had a clean shot to come in, and those are tough penalties on these defensive players, but just knowing what the rules are, you just can't get your hands anywhere near. But even without that, they've gotten Michael Bennett offside, so it was going to be a first down regardless.
And they completed it to Jarwin. First and goal from just inside the 10. Prescott keeps, well played by Bennett. Here's one for Gallup. A lot of contact, no flag. Gallup covered by Sidney Jones. And it'll be third down and goal.
Yeah, so you look at the Cowboys during this 4-game win streak, the first 3 games of that, they were really good down here in the red zone. Overall on the year, they have not been, but they were 6 of 10 through the first 3 wins. But last Thursday night against New Orleans, they were just 1 for 5. So for a defense that played so great in holding the Saints to just 10 points, Cowboys offensively really should have been able to run away with that, but they just couldn't come away with touchdowns down here. Right now, big third down for them.
We're down in goal. Prescott to Elliott. He's got a long way to go. He's hit from behind, hit from in front. Nigel Bradham made the initial stop, and good work by the Philly defense. And then play by Michael Bennett got it started on first down. It'll be 4th down.
That's really a great job by this defense. And again, red zone defense for the Eagles steps up. They're 4th in the league in stopping teams once they get inside the 20-yard line. And they do a good job of rallying to Ezekiel Elliott and forcing this field goal attempt
of 28 yards. Good snap, good hold, and inside the right upright.
There's an electrified vehicle for everyone to fall in love with. Get offers on select models at the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event.
Here in the city.
You break it, we take it. Trade in any phone, any condition, and get a new iPhone 15 with tons of storage on us. Only on Verizon.
You've been grinding. I know things aren't easy. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Love your mind.
Flag football is coming.
That's what it's about.
The future of football is here.
Go out there and ball out and just play your game.
As the game explodes with the new big event of the summer.
Always chase your goal. You can't give up.
The next generation of stars has arrived. NFL Flag Championships, presented by Toyota, July 19th through the 21st on ESPN, ABC, and more Disney networks.
FanDuel Casino has your chance at the #1 feeling, winning. Winning ranks higher than any other feeling, higher than number 30. Saying, I told you so.
Told you so.
Higher than number 89, the feeling of catching your car keys with one hand. And number 78, thinking it's Friday when it's really Saturday. New players get 200 chances at winning with their first deposit on FanDuel Casino.
Too cloudy.
Yep. Turn right.
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
Yeah. Too crowded.
Yeah.
There's only one ultimate driving machine and 1,000 excuses to drive it. The BMW Summer Sales Event on now. Receive a credit of up to $2,500 off MSRP on select models through July 31st.
Side and have room. Good start to the drive out to the 36 for Philadelphia. That was Ertz in motion. Wentz finds Sproles. Louisier made the play. A gain of 3. If Philadelphia wins this game, they walk out of this stadium with an identical record of 7-6, but a better division record than the Dallas Cowboys. Doug Peterson's team has a tough schedule upcoming. They're at the Rams, at home against Houston. They finish at Washington, a little easier road, the final 3 for Dallas. Here's a good piece of work by Clement, at least able to corral the snap after it went off the hands of Wentz. And a loss on the play of 4 as Malik Collins brings down Clement, and he's hurt. Well, for Corey Clement, just a nasty-looking injury to his right leg. The knee got twisted. He's getting looked at. It's 3rd down and 11 for Philadelphia. Eagles have already lost Jay Ajayi. They lost him week 5. They just got Darren Sproles back. That didn't look good. Again out of the shotgun. Blitz coming from Smith. Pass is incomplete. With Golden Tate, the closest one to it. Maybe Nelson Aguilar, but that throw was between those two and really close to neither one of them.
Well, in Golden Tate, you had really what you wanted. They matched up Byron Jones on Zach Ertz, so a good move by the Dallas Cowboys, putting their best corner on the threat offensively, but that's another missed opportunity for Carson Wentz. He's got a chance on Golden Tate. He's open. He's got field to make that throw, and it's not even close.
It's a 3 and out for Philadelphia, and they may have lost Clement. Beasley from the 15 gets swallowed up, and there's a flag down back inside the 40 near the line of scrimmage.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 45. The penalty being enforced half the distance to the goal line from the end of the kick. 1st down, Dallas.
Here's Elliott. A little breathing room on that 1st down play as Nathan Gary makes the stop. A catch and a spin of 4.
Well, you look at the Philadelphia Eagles right now. This is the 2nd possession that they've started the series with Fletcher Cox on the sidelines. He did come in when they got inside the 30-yard line. He came in off the bench and played that last possession. But he's a guy who's played the most amongst the defensive front. He plays over 80% of the snaps. They're trying to keep him fresh, I'd imagine, to get into that second half, particularly the 4th quarter.
Here's Elliott. Canute Brugier-Hill there to make the stop with Brandon Graham, and that will end quarter number 1.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning up to 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Forget harsh chemicals. With just water, Horsepower can clean bathroom tiles and tubs back to their original shine. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. How strong is Horsepower? We took this distressed antique and restored it to like new. Amazing! Get your Horsepower scrubber today with bonus scouring sponge for just $39.99. It's powered with the latest rechargeable technology. But wait, you'll also get this stainless steel brush to make range hoods look new again. Yours free. You'll also receive this cone brush that fits perfectly into corners, tiny crevices, or hard-to-reach areas. Yours free. And to top it off, we'll include this microfiber cloth to polish delicate surfaces sparkling sparkling clean, free. And when you order, find out how you can get the Easy Reach brush. Stop struggling to clean tall bottles. With Easy Reach, it conforms to fit small openings, then reaches deep down to clean bottles, 40-ounce tumblers, cups, and more. Great news! Horsepower is now in stock and ready to ship, but due to high demand, there is a strict limit of 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-881-6150 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. That's 1-800-881-6150 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com now.
No one wants to be my friend.
If I told someone, it would only get worse.
Scared to be alone. Scared for what's waiting for me around every corner.
I can't stand up for myself.
These are the stories of kids that were bullied. 1 in 5 have experienced this in school. So the NFL is working to give them the tools to create healthier relationships.
We've helped more than 2 million students. Together, we can help even more at characterplaybook.com.
March 53. Hey, loaded! Loaded!
3rd down and 6. Prescott jumps, throws, pass caught. Where was the knee with the reach? And they're giving Elliott enough for a first down. It was close. Good work by Prescott to stay up and alive and find Elliott.
Well, Malcolm Jenkins is there, and he has an opportunity to make the tackle. I really think, looking at this game, the Eagles, for them to win, this has to be their best game of the year in tackling. They've not been good for the most part this season. They were not good the last time these two teams met, and that's another example of it. That's where the Saints were good at limiting the yards after contact.
How about that hole for Ezekiel Elliott out across the 35? On first down, gets 20 yards.
So they had a chance to make a stop then on 3rd down. They don't. They come off of that, and you see the job that offensive line does. The center, Joe Looney, he's able to mash it down. 1 foot in the ground, and Ezekiel Elliott then takes the cut. He is running the ball awfully well. I was talking about the Saints. They did a good job on him, and they limited him, and they attacked him, and they won the line of scrimmage.
Here's Ron Smith. Dragging him out there to make the play, a gain of just 1. Aaron?
A couple of injury updates for you guys from the Philadelphia Eagles. Cornerback Sidney Jones over on the sidelines for quite some time. He is questionable to return with a hamstring. And for the running back, Corey Clement, they took him back into the locker room. We saw that knee injury, see him upset right there. They are checking out that knee. He is questionable to return.
Well, for Sidney Jones, he played against Washington, but had missed 4 of the previous 5 games with a bad hamstring, so he's back on the sideline in that thin secondary for Philadelphia. 2nd and 9. Blitz coming off the corner. Pass is caught by the tight end Schultz. And the big rookie spins to the Philadelphia 45, a gain of 16.
It's a great job by Dak Prescott recognizing the blitz, and then also the tight end here, Schultz, who he gets his head around right away, as you're going to see. They bring the linebacker. He knows that they vacated a space, and he turns his head around, and Prescott puts it on him. That's the way you beat the blitz.
47. All right, here we go, 47. Hey, no, 53. 5-3. 53, 5-3.
Fake it to Elliott. Pass is juggled and caught by Jarwin. It's been a tight end heavy early going here for the Dallas Cowboys. And you see the overall record in the NFC East for the 4 teams and where they sit with divisional play. Story kind of remains the same for Philadelphia. The fewest first quarter points scored in the league this year at 28. Had an opening possession touchdown against Washington last week. They're shut out here. Trailing by 3, and Elliott gets 2.5 yards to bring up 3rd down.
I think it's a good point. The Eagles score the fewest points in the first quarter. The Cowboys allow the fewest points in the first quarter. So I think if you're Doug Peterson, you probably have to feel pretty good about the fact that it's just 3-0. And now whether or not this defense can make a stop. Like I said, a missed tackle by Malcolm Jenkins, and they don't pick up the first down there. and then they've been able to get some nice plays.
3 for 5 on third down of the Cowboys here in the first half. Prescott finds Beasley inside the 25. Now 4 of 6 on third down for a team that's been just under 50% over the previous 5 games.
Well, good route by Cole Beasley. He's working against Crevon LeBlanc, another one of those guys who wasn't even on the team 4 weeks ago. And he's been asked to man the slot position, and you can go across the board, really. And there's nobody that matches up. Every guy for the Cowboys, man-to-man, is better than the guy that's lining up opposite of him. This defensive front, really, as it has been all year, has to be the key and has to be able to disrupt Prescott.
Amari Cooper's been shut out. This one's picked in the direction of Cooper, and Rasul Douglas has it. Big play for Philadelphia out across the 15. You see that top line on that bottom row there. Dak Prescott, his first interception over the last 165 pass attempts. It is a beautiful play by Rasul Douglas. And we'll show it to you in a moment. No interceptions during the 4-game win streak for Dallas for Dak Prescott. And this took a really great play to make that turnover happen. Wentz got a yard. Back to the interception.
Yeah, I said Rasul Douglas was going to have a big game if they're going to have a chance to win this game, and here's one of them. He does a great job. They're in zone coverage. He's on the tight end, but he's got his eyes back to Prescott, and he has an understanding of how the defense, or excuse me, how the offense is trying to beat that coverage. They've got Amari Cooper then on a linebacker, and he comes off of his man and is able to make a play, and that's a great job by Rasul Douglas, just understanding how the defense was being attacked.
Amari Cooper, no catches. That was only his second target. Pass is caught a yard short of a first down by Alshon Jeffrey. A gain of 8, third down and 1 coming up. We'll see what Philadelphia can do with that switch in momentum, with the Dallas Cowboys already up 3-0 and getting that interception. The Eagles right at their goal line. Wentz, and that play was going nowhere. Little option out there to his right with Adams. No toss and no yard.
I don't like it. They're short side of the field. They're on the right hash, and they're running the option play to the right side, so they don't have much room as it is. They're playing against a Cowboys defense. There's no misdirection whatsoever, and you're playing against a fast-pursuing defense, maybe the 2 fastest linebackers in the NFL, and I don't know. I think it's easy to say after the fact. I wouldn't have liked it if I'd have known it was going to be called to begin with, and I just don't think they gave him a chance on that one.
That ball hit the scoreboard.
Attention, all students. Today, I'm calling on the trendsetters and the underdogs. The ones that were told they were too much, too small, too loud, or not loud enough. In this game, there's a position for everybody. We run and we throw.
We jump and we fly.
This game right here is our game. 1, 2, 3.
Introducing Milo's Rewards, the new way to unlock savings from the palm of your hand. With every purchase, all loyalty members earn points toward Milo's money. Plus, you get free gifts and free shipping. The all-new Milo's Rewards program is here. Download the app to join, earn, and save today.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because it felt like a failure. And then I realized, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine. But if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Michael, I just wanted to say I'm so proud of you. It's nice to see you enjoying yourself. I hope you see new things. I hope you feel new things. But most of all, I hope you understand that this time is yours. Love, Mom.
See the world like an insider with Chase Sapphire Reserve. Make more of what's yours.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile.
Todd's a joy.
Yes.
Todd's really is a great joy.
And you.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Well, it probably goes down as a footnote. This is the best look we have at it. This ball, the punt by Cameron Johnston, actually glanced off the bottom of that girder up there in the bottom of the scoreboard. Cole Beasley pointed up after he made the fair catch. Here's Elliott with a run of 9 on first down. Watch Cole Beasley after he made the catch. He had to adjust a little bit, and then points up and says that ball glanced off the bottom of the scoreboard. Mike Pereira, what would the call be on something like that?
Well, it could either be challenged or replay can stop that at any time during the game. And what you would do was do the play over again. You'd reset the clock to what it was when the ball was snapped, and you'd have another fourth down play.
Hey, kill! On game! What do I do?
Second down and 1. Good pursuit by this Eagles defense and no gain for Ezekiel Elliott. Nigel Bradham, one of many who got through. Good play. He's got a broken left thumb, and he's been playing with that. He doesn't take any plays off. Third down and 1.
Yeah, you talk about their linebacking situation. They're without their starter, Jordan Hicks, and then the other two, Grugier Hill and Bradham, are both playing with casts on their hands. And you think of someone having to wear a cast, and how would they then catch the ball if it's in their vicinity? But hard to get off blocks, hard to tackle. It's not easy to do, but both of these guys are having to do it, and they have been now for 2 weeks.
Here's a toss to Elliott. First down easy, and he's out of bounds near the 40. Dak Prescott is a threat to run. He's been running more during this streak, and he flipped it for 10 to Elliott.
Yeah, they just came down and optioned off Chris Long, and as soon as he takes Prescott, nobody then accounting for Ezekiel Elliott around the edge.
Elliott's on pace to have a bigger game in this one than he did in Philly. He's got 11 carries, 72 yards, 6.5 yards a carry. 19 for 151 at Philadelphia. Second week in November. Here's a pass caught over the middle by Rod Smith. Smith stays in, spins for a first down and more. A lot of movement with the football as he braced for the hit from Corey Graham and a gain of 14.
Well, they're trying to trap the inside defensive tackle. He comes up the field and was not a factor in the play whatsoever. They've been hitting it right over the center. This offensive front. Well, El Collins, he's done a nice job. Zach Martin making some key blocks as well. This offensive line really off to a good start here in this first half.
53 to right. Dirty, wide.
Not a difference in total yards. And a flinch by Rod Smith will make it 1st and 15.
False start. Offense, number 45. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
First down and 15. Elliott back in there. This one to Cooper. What a catch. That was all Cooper. Had to reach for the throw from Prescott, and it's good for 27.
You see how much space that they allow Amari Cooper. The safety is so deep. There's no way that he's going to be able to make a play on it. They let him into that zone, and it looked like it was going to be an overthrown ball, and Amari Cooper just goes and gets it.
8th different receiver for Prescott that he's found for a completion in this first half. We're already at under 4 to go in the first half. Elliott, Fletcher Cox. And the flag comes in.
Well, you look at this, Joe. The Eagles have only run 13 offensive snaps. You got the Cowboys who have 31 and
holding offense number 73. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Got an Eagle defender who's on the ground now.
Well, Josh Sweat is number 75. You see Xavier Su'a-Filo, that big body go into his left leg, so he's into the tent getting looked at. 1st and 20 for Dallas. Pass is caught, but a good play. Jarwin made the catch. The tackle was made out there on the edge by Rasul Douglas, who had the interception earlier. Good play, because there was a lot of room in front of Jarwin. That brings up 2nd and 18.
There was room, and this has not been Rasul Douglas's strength. You know, these guys go low because they're outmatched in size, and so many times they dive at these guys' feet and they don't make a play, but he's able to get them to the ground.
Loaded.
It's already 6 catches by Dallas tight ends. Here's one to Ezekiel Elliott, brought down from behind by Brandon Graham. 3rd down coming up. So here are the Cowboys with more than 4 times as many yards as the Eagles, but leading only 3-0. Just over 2.5 minutes left in the half, and Philly gets the ball to start the second half. This is a big 3rd and 13 coming up.
Well, the Eagles offensively to have just 2 first downs. Now, they got to make a stop here. If they just get out of this giving up 3, they're down 6 at half, they'd be thrilled. The Cowboys are 5 of 7 here on 3rd down in the first half.
4-man rush. Prescott to his left. Flag is down, and Prescott is as well, short of the first down. The flag is back near the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense number 77. 10-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
Well, that's why Dak Prescott was able to get out of the pocket with nobody there. Tyron Smith, see the hold that he has right here on Brandon Graham, and so Graham's not able to come off of that. You know, clearly, Prescott has not been much of a running threat, really, in the last 7-8 weeks after they beat Jacksonville.
Loaded, come down.
Hello, portable AC. Hello, Topo Chico. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer with added minerals for a crisp taste.
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete. But it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Today at the Home Depot, get up to $2,400 off select kitchen packages. So you can do your thing while your new LG machines do theirs. Shop LG, America's most reliable line of appliances at the lowest prices guaranteed during 4th of July savings at the Home Depot.
I debate all day. It's what I do. But there are some things that are undebatable, like your mental health, my own mental health. I was in a dark place when my brother passed away in a car accident. I've never been more devastated than the day I lost my mom. I was depressed, miserable, in ways I never imagined. I reached out, and my sisters came, my pastor, my therapist. They helped me get through it. I found that the more I spoke up, the healthier my mind became. The chaos that was in me began to subside. I was more focused, clear. When you love your mind, You can go so much further. That's not up for debate. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love your mind.
Flag football is coming.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
The future of football is here.
Go out there and ball out and just play your game.
As the game explodes with the new big event of the summer,
always chase your goal. You can't give up.
the next generation of stars has arrived. NFL Flag Championships, presented by Toyota, July 19th through the 21st on ESPN, ABC, and more Disney networks.
When we're young, we're told anything is possible. But only a few of us go out and prove it.
Anna Hall is chasing down history.
Witness the greatness of Anna Hall on a connection worthy of gold. Xfinity Mobile. Only Xfinity gives you the most powerful mobile Wi-Fi network with speeds up to a gig in millions of locations. And right now, Xfinity Internet customers can buy one unlimited line and get one free for a year. Get the fastest connection to Paris with Xfinity.
After my cancer diagnosis, I was scared and desperate for information. Fortunately, my oncologist told me about the Outcomes for Me app. Outcomes for Me is like having your own team of cancer experts 24/7. I get personalized treatment options, tools to manage my care and symptoms, and a community of people going through the exact same thing as me. Oncologist approved and always free for patients. Go to outcomesforme.com to download your free app now.
Eagles only care about that bottom line. 3-0 Dallas, not the top one. 204 total yards to 43. It's 3rd down and 23 for Dallas. Back at their own 28. Gallup, Tyron Smith trying to get out there and can't make a block. And there is Rasul Douglas, who's been the player of the half for the Philadelphia Eagles.
He really has, and he comes up here, and this is really a nice job. He squares him up and makes a good play on it. So it made what looked like it was going to be a pretty easy field goal attempt. With him coming up making the stop where he did, we'll see what happens. But yeah, if the Eagles are able to keep this at 6 points in this first half, like you said, as bad as they have played on the offensive side of the ball, they got to be thrilled. They did not want to play from behind. That's what happened the last time these two teams played. The Cowboys had a 13-3 lead at halftime in that one. But this is a Eagles team who's had success here in Dallas. They've won 5 of the last 6 here in Dallas.
45-yard try. Maher, his first year in the NFL, is no good. Wide to the right. Eagles have run 13 plays on offense. Dallas 13 first downs, but who cares? A missed field goal by Maher. Here's Philadelphia. They'll get the ball to start the second half. They're down 3-0. 1 timeout left. They took one on defense on the 3rd down stop. Aguilar wrapped up by Jalen Smith. A gain of 7.
You know, the Cowboys, with their 3 timeouts, they are going to see what's happening here. There's a timeout.
Looked like Jason Kelsey. The official called the timeout, and it's Clete Blakeman who is signaling to the sideline that he saw Kelsey take a hit to the head, and he has to get looked at. There's no decision on the part of Kelsey as they stop the clock with 1:34 left, and he is the anchor, the beloved center of these Eagles, Jason Kelsey. Mike Pereira, that was called by Clete Blakeman.
Well, if you call an injury timeout with the clock running, which it was, then it would convert to so he actually then loses his last timeout, if that's what he said. We couldn't hear him. If it was called from upstairs, from the athletic trainer certified, then there's not a charge timeout.
No, you're right. That was Blakeman who called it, so it is the 3rd and final timeout for Philadelphia. And Stefan Wisniewski who started the first 4 games of the year at left guard, replaced by Sam Alu, takes over for Kelsey. Another Philly injury. Pass is caught. Ertz out of bounds at the 49 of Dallas with 1:28 left and a completion of 9 yards.
Well, it's a great job of protection up front. Carson Wentz had all day to sit there and wait for Ertz to come out of that break. And like I said, I'm sure Jason Garrett was standing over there wanting to see what happened on second down. If they came up short, he could reverse the things and call timeout and get the ball back and maybe come away with something themselves. But the Eagles able to convert, and now they can start to think about getting into field goal range and making something happen beyond that.
Wentz protected again, and the pass caught by Ertz. Back-to-back, 3 on the day, and 96 on the year.
And Zach Ertz is looking right back into the sun on this play as he comes out of it, and he's able to still go up and make a play on that. That's a really nice job. The reason he's gotten open the way that he has throughout the year and over his career, he's outstanding at running routes.
Ertz now over 1,000 yards. Receiving ball is out. Live ball. Cowboys have it. Knocked out by Crawford. Collins has it for Dallas, as Tyrone Crawford just forced the 9th fumble of the year by Carson Wentz and his 6th lost fumble.
Camila tried the new scent of Gain Relax Flings, and it changed everything. Hey, Dave. Don't knock it till you smell it. New Gain Relax Flings.
Achy legs and painful arches? There's Copperfit Energy Socks for that. Our easy on, easy off graduated compression socks to help reduce swelling, relieve tired, achy muscles, and provide energizing support. Now with arch support technology for targeted compression to help ease arch and ankle fatigue.
These were fantastic. The more I wore them, the better it got.
If you have to wear compression socks for whatever reason, these are a game changer.
Get Copperfit Energy Socks in these fine stores.
Is it time yet? It's time. First time for dinner.
Oh, it's real big pose.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning, and I'm partnering with the American Red Cross this year to tackle blood shortages. Giving blood's important because every 2 seconds, someone actually needs blood, and unfortunately, only like 3% of the U.S. population donates. So we have to step up to give and to make sure there's plenty of blood available for those in need. Visit redcrossblood.org to get in the game and make an appointment to give.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
New York Giants are now on the clock.
We should stay and pick, right? This is Atlanta. What are you thinking?
Our team's still adding pieces. We still have the draft and free agency.
My job is to do what's best for the franchise.
Saquon, can you give me your word on that, or are you not going to give us a chance?
You win here, it's unlike anywhere else.
You ready to be a New York Giant?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Let's go!
Both of these young quarterbacks come into this game with fumbling issues. Prescott has fumbled 11 times, and now for Wentz, 9. It's a turnover and nearly another as Cole Beasley is overthrown. Corey Graham came up short on the interception try. Back to the turnover.
Yeah, Tyrone Crawford, he's there at defensive tackle, and he gets a good push. He gets stumbled, and then he comes up and is able to just go for the ball as Wentz is trying to throw it. you know, he had great protection on the previous plays, and you start to get a false sense of protection back there as a quarterback. I'm surprised he didn't feel that a little bit more, but a great takeaway. The Cowboys haven't had a lot of those this year, but they have during this win streak.
Here's Elliott over the middle. Well played. That was Malcolm Jenkins. And it'll be third down coming up. Dallas with all 3 of their timeouts left, and right now willing to let the clock run to see what they do on third down. 3rd and 7. This Long with a good start. Here's Elliott. Now they'll use a timeout as Elliott takes it inside the Philly 45. 20 seconds left in the half. That's Cooper at the bottom. Prescott throws for Hearns. He's got it. And timeout taken again by Dallas with 14 seconds left. Now 1 timeout remaining. A gain of 9, and that's the 9th different receiver Dak Prescott has found in this half. Fletcher Cox on that previous play was shaken up. He limped over to the sideline, and now he's coming back. In case you're wondering, Brett Maher, who just missed from 45, his long this year is 55 yards, and they are inside that range right now. With 14 seconds, facing 2nd and 1.
Let's go 27. You have 27. Bust.
Prescott throws high for Elliott. 3rd down and 1.
Well, they do have the 1 timeout, so they can use the entire field. They can make things a little bit easier. Certainly for Maher, confidence got to be a little bit shaken. And we saw Allen Hearns catch that 1 ball, and he's kind of been the forgotten guy. He was the one coming into this season that was supposed to be the one who picked up the production that was being lost with Des Bryant leaving. It was just his 2nd reception in the last 3+ games.
And 18th of the year. 3rd down and 1. 4-man rush. Prescott throws. Jarwin with the catch. And a flag is down near the spot where Prescott threw it.
Holding offense.
Wow.
Number 77. 10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
That's the 2nd against Tyron Smith. And that's going to push the ball out of field goal range.
Well, it's Brandon Graham once again. Brandon Graham has always been a guy who I've thought a lot of. He's an outstanding player, and he came into the season a little banged up, but you see the look on Jason Garrett's face. He can't believe it. You know, that there they are. They're in perfect position. Mark Colombo, who took over for Paul Alexander about 4 or 5 weeks ago as the offensive line coach, he's not too happy either. So now they're in a real bind.
Well, it would be a 62-yard try from this spot. If they don't get another yard. There are only 4 seconds left. What do? Try for a quick one, and it's dropped. The throw behind Gallup. And Jason Garrett is going to send Maher out there to try for a 62-yarder. They tried for a quick one, hoping to get a catch and a timeout to take a chunk of yardage off this, but
well, regardless of whether he makes this or not, the Eagles, I mean, neither offense has looked great. Even if you say that, the Cowboys have 230 yards of offense, but just shot themselves in the foot. The Eagles just simply haven't done anything.
Here's the try. It is good! Maher from 62. And so much for the holding call against Tyron Smith, knocking them out of field goal range, and he made it by a pretty good margin.
You know, what's interesting, Joe, is had Dak Prescott have made a better throw on 3rd down, they likely don't get any points. The first half would have ended, they would have been tackled, and by Prescott being inaccurate with the pass, it gave Maher a chance for a a 62-yard field goal, and he drilled it.
Let's review. We're not going to talk about traffic or weather. If anyone brings up lawn care, I will handle it. Hosting can be extremely difficult for young homeowners turning into their parents.
Oh, are you done with this? I'll just take that.
Okay. He's still drinking.
Right. Oh, look what the cat...
Nope. Let's try again. You wouldn't mind? It gets ugly. You can either take it off or I'll take it off you. Yeah.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
You loved it. Take it.
How you holding up? Nothing wrong with getting help. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
When you have something to get done today, getting everything you need today is helpful. Order online at Ace and we'll deliver same day. Or we'll have it ready for pickup in 15 minutes.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day's a new opportunity.
That's cool. Your hand's gotten so... Yeah!
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love your mind.
Tomorrow on The Insiders, Lions defensive back Kirby Joseph joins us to talk about the hype surrounding Detroit after his run to the NFC Championship game, plus training camp storylines from the NFC North and NFC East at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
I'm Omar East with this NFL Network up-to-the-minute update. We're now 59 days away from the start of the season when the world champion Chiefs host the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, the Ravens beat Houston in last year's playoffs, but Texans receiver Steven Sims sees big potential for his squad after bringing in star receiver Stephon Diggs. Sims telling KPRC Houston, "We lost the game and we didn't reach our goals. That's the bottom line. We want to reach our goals, and I want to do everything I can to help the team get to our goal, which is the Super Bowl." Meanwhile, Jaguars running backs coach Jerry Mack sees improvement in second-year running back Tank Bigsby, telling the Florida Times-Union, "I think now things are starting to slow down for him. He understands his role in this offense. He's understanding the ins and outs of the offense a lot better as well." Relive the highs and lows of the 2023 NFL season with NFL Plus Premium. Catch game replay, 24/7 coverage on NFL Network, and gear up for next month's live out-of-market preseason game. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Terms and conditions apply.
The second longest field goal in the NFL this season by the guy who's about to boot it here. 62 yards as time expired. The Cowboy franchise record, the longest 63 by Graham Gano to beat the Giants for the Panthers. My, how the Panthers' fortunes have changed. They lost again today. Well, what's got to change here in this second half for the Philadelphia Eagles? They've not been able to maintain possession very long. They haven't run a lot of offensive plays. In fact, just 17. And then that turnover right at the end of the first half was a killer, with Philly down by just 3 as they start the second half with the football. Jason Kelsey is back in there for Philadelphia. Good to see. Quick throw. Ertz spun to the ground by Heath. Aaron Andrews, what'd you get at the half?
Doug Peterson telling me we've got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. He just blamed really that first half with his offense on mental errors, the penalties, the lack of execution. You mentioned Jason Kelsey, the center back out there. Corey Clement running back. He is done for the day, guys.
Yeah, that was a nasty knee injury we saw on the part of Clement. Here's a handoff to Adams. He's been shut down since that opening possession as Antoine Woods makes the play. If you look at the first half stats, it is lopsided to say the least, but just a one-score game.
Well, Josh Adams had 3 carries for 30 yards on that opening possession for the Eagles, and after that, they rushed for -2 yards total. So this defensive front for the Cowboys, they've dominated the line of scrimmage. The Eagles have not been able to convert on 3rd down so that they can run some plays.
They have Sproles back there who they like in the screen game. He's blocking. Throw to the right, and it's incomplete for Ertz. 3 and out to start this second half, and Wentz gets up grabbing his neck, and this offense is misfiring left and right.
Well, Tyrone Crawford, he comes up the middle, and then you've got Jalen Smith, and then, of course, off the edge, DeMarcus Lawrence, and a lot of pressure on the quarterback, even when there's not sacks. And this is a defense that they make you earn every single thing you get. Every throw's contested. There's no easy plays, and you watch them on film, and it's week after week that this is occurring. They just shut them down here today.
Line drive punt, some room in front of Beasley. Not a good punt. Good return out across the 45.
Sorry, party's canceled. Waiting on the cable internet guy.
First, I had cable, but those cords weren't me. So he switched to T-Mobile home internet with 5G. What a feeling! I have Wi-Fi now. I need home internet from T-Mobile to fulfill my life.
Get home internet from T-Mobile now, just $50 a month.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Old Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pro Football Hall of Fame class. Congratulations, your Super Bowl champion.
With the first pick in the draft.
In season, off season. It's always football season.
Hey guys, it's Al. We got some rough weather heading your way. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but it is going to pour. Hey, BMW. Play my music.
Sure. Was that a Roker?
There are many ways to spend your summer, but only one will make it ultimate.
Can't believe they bought it.
The electric BMW summer sales event starts now. Lease the BMW i4 eDrive 35 for $449 per month through July 31st.
FanDuel Casino has your chance at the #1 feeling, winning, which ranks even higher than the 18th best feeling, saving a kid from a well. 59 years later. Find the #1 feeling winning on FanDuel Casino Reward Machine. Free to play every day with a chance at a $2 grand top prize.
This drive starts at the Dallas 46. Trying to sweep their season series over Philadelphia. Elliott, he got a yard and a half. Hard to believe the visiting team has won 13 of the last 17 games in this series between the Cowboys and the Eagles. That goes back to 2010, and there are the first half possessions with the half ending on that 62-yarder.
You see the number of plays that had been run, putting together some good drives, just not coming away with much.
Prescott throws. Cooper barely been involved, and he makes a spin, a move, and gets a first down on Trayvon LeBlanc.
Yeah, of course, this drive for the Cowboys starting with great field position, and see what ultimately happens. But, hey, Jim Schwartz and this defense, I don't know what more they can do. They're holding on by a thread, and I mean, literally with all the injuries that they have had, they just have not had any help whatsoever. And you just kind of get the feeling that if the Cowboys get something going and are able to come away with a touchdown, that they're going to have a real tough time trying to climb back in it.
Elliott on first down carries for 5. Nigel Bradham and Devontae Bosby combined for the tackle. I said it early, 13 different defensive backs have started a game for the Eagles this year. That is unheard of. And here in this one, they lost Sidney Jones early as he re-aggravated that hamstring. So Bosby, who was in a camp battle with Avonte Maddox for that slot defender role, is in there. Pass is caught by Gallup against Devontae Bosby for a first down.
Michael Gallup has had a really nice rookie season, and he's gotten better as the year has gone along. He's become kind of their deep threat. We saw him early in this game where he had some opportunities underneath because of his speed, being able to threaten defenders. But he's been a nice complement to what they're doing with Amari Cooper on the other side.
Play action, wide open over the middle. Jarwin, his coming out party in this game. Drew J. Hill on the tackle, but a catch and run of 22.
Well, you see the play action and what happens to these linebackers, and then Jarwin's just able to get right in behind it in that zone coverage. And, you come in and you play the Eagles, yeah, they've given up yards on the ground, but because of all the injuries they've had in the secondary, you can exploit them there. The Cowboys starting to do that a little bit more here on this drive.
Pass is juggled off the left hand of Beasley, and it falls to the turf. Incomplete. Trayvon LeBlanc involved again for Philadelphia. Good effort by Cole Beasley at second goal.
Well, that would have been a rare thing for Cole Beasley. Touchdown receptions have been hard to come by. Coming into the game, he's only had 3 games in the last 33 games with the touchdown reception. They haven't been able to feed him much down in this part of the field.
That defense for Philly's been out there a lot. This will be the 47th offensive snap for Dallas compared to 20 for Philadelphia. Elliott. You said it in the first half, and here they are again with a 3rd and goal. Red zone trouble. When Elliott and Prescott were rookies in the red zone, this Dallas team was 3rd in converting opportunities inside the 20 into touchdowns. 6th last year, 26th in 2018.
And like I said, the Eagles defensively have been really good down here. I think that's Jim Schwartz's thing, is just saying, hey, we're going to give up yards. We just got to tighten up and try to minimize the damage once they get inside the 20. It's a big 3rd down right now for this Eagles team.
Prescott keeps, doesn't get it. Well played. Down to the 2 where it's 4th down, and Jason Garrett is going to send his field goal unit on to make it a 2-score game.
Well, anytime you see Prescott back there, you have to know that he's capable of keeping the ball on a quarterback keeper, whether it's on the edge or the quarterback draw. They like that. It's a safe play, of course, and he's such a big physical player that he's able to break tackles and potentially get it in, but it's a great job. But here with the Cowboys, an opportunity to make it a 2-possession game.
21-yard try was not through.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of, they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Hello, portable AC. Hello, Topo Chico. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer with added minerals for a crisp taste.
When you smell the amazing scent of Gain Flings, time stops. And you realize you're in love.
Steve!
With a laundry detergent. Gain Flings. Seriously good scent.
Today and every day at the Home Depot, it's easy to shop and swap for the features you want at the lowest prices guaranteed. So you get cutting-edge appliances like GE Profile, exactly how you want them. Shop top brands in-store and online at the Home Depot.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Ooh, fun.
Yikes. The leaky refrigerator coil card.
Is that bad?
Oh, death! Death? Of an AC fan motor.
Oh no.
But your future is bright with an American Home Shield warranty to protect your covered appliances and home systems. Are there bees behind me?
My bees escaped.
Phil, we talked about this. American Home Shield. Don't worry, bee warranty.
On game day, you see our strength, but every day, we see yours. When there's nothing left to give, you push on, so we ride with you.
Time after time, you show up strong.
We're always here to support you.
Doing what it takes.
No matter the battle you face.
9-0 game. Brett Maher has recorded all 9 points with 3 field goals. He's missed once. In NFL history, the NFL record is 64 yards for a field goal. Matt Prater in Denver at altitude against Tennessee in 2013. There have been 5 63-yarders, one this year. And now 3 62-yarders as Maher joins that list. As Wentz hands to Adams, he gets a yard.
Right now, this defensive front is dominating the line of scrimmage, and they can't get any movement at all.
Wentz throws, pass caught, and there he is, right on cue. A first down and just his second catch of the game. In a game they need as he's working against Byron Jones.
I do think Alshon Jeffrey, with the Cowboys style, they like to come up and press these wide receivers, play physical, and that fits into the type of receiver that he is. I mean, he's a guy who can use his body and gives you a pretty good sized target to Wentz and just get it close to him and let him see if he can make a play. Here he is now in the slot.
Over the middle, pass caught by Ertz. Leighton Vander Esch is there for Dallas. A gain of 7, as I said, over 1,000 yards receiving for Zach Ertz. And now he is 2 catches shy of 100 on the year. The NFL record belongs to Jason Witten for catches by a tight end in a season, 110. Back in 2012, he's on the pace to break that easily. Blitz coming off the edge. They throw in that direction, and Aguilar can't make the catch on a bad throw by Carson Wentz.
He got blocking out in front of him, too. And like I said, you watch Carson Wentz, and he just misses way too many easy throws for a guy who's as good as he is. And, just get it where he can make a play and run with it. Sorry, Joe. They got a big third down here now, and we'll see what Doug Peterson is going to call. But this is at least a manageable third down. So many times tonight they've been 3rd and long.
Third down and 3. Pass is broken up. Jeffrey the target. Coverage by Awuzie. Good tight coverage. Pretty good throw by Wentz.
It's a great job of coverage by Awuzie. And these two guys, I'll tell you, this secondary has been so good. They don't give up big plays. Like I said, they challenge these receivers. Chris Richard has come in and really done an outstanding job. And, of course, he was with the Seattle Seahawks, the Legion of Boom. I think this secondary, they need to come up with a name of their own as good as they've been this year.
Johnston hits the end-over-end punt. A fair catch. This drive starts at the Cowboy 14. Looking left all the way, and down goes Prescott. There's Fletcher Cox. A big play by what has to be a worn-out Philadelphia defense.
That's a great job by Fletcher Cox. It's Zach Martin, the all-pro right guard, that he's able to drive back and then come off of that, and you don't see that very often from Zach Martin. He has been dealing with a knee injury, but that was several weeks ago, and he's gotten healthier. But that's the impact that Fletcher Cox can have, and that's what's going to be needed by this front. As I talked about, they have to be the ones to try to win this thing for this Eagles team.
Prescott protected, throws high, and he's picked. Intercepted. Corey Graham with the return. Out of bounds inside the 5. Had a receiver wide open. Michael Gallup and Dak Prescott threw it over his head for the interception, first of the year by Corey Graham.
Yeah, Corey Graham right here, and what a job he does, but he's just playing deep. And he just has to catch the ball because there's a wide open it's Gallup who was running the 18-yard square in, and he's wide open. And you just got to lay that. All you got to do is beat the linebacker with the ball. That's a lot of space and a lot of margin for error for a quarterback, and he just sails it. And Graham sitting back there, and Christmas came early for him.
And for the Eagles, right back in it. Wisniewski back in there now for Philadelphia at center. Jeffrey in motion, throw to him. Pass is caught for the touchdown. And in a blink, back to a one-score game. The rare points-off turnover for this Philadelphia team. Tyrone Crawford is in there trying to break up the celebration.
Yeah, they're not too happy about this celebration. They're not too happy about giving up points. They've played so well. This was all Alshon Jeffrey after the catch. There were a couple Cowboys defensive backs right there to make a play on him. They don't block it very well. And he just is able to split the two of them, being down in there that close to the goal line. It's a good job by him finishing and getting through Byron Jones and Xavier Woods.
They came in, the Eagles did, with only 20 points all year off turnovers. Here's an extra point that is no good, and it's a 3-point game.
Hey, what's up? This is Puka Nacua, and I'm taking over NFL Network for a day.
Puka behind the defense. Touchdown, LA!
I'm showcasing the games and shows I want you to see. So come watch with me. This is NFL Players' Choice only on NFL Network.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes. Good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Lowe's knows July 4th projects come with questions.
So we have answers.
Like how to keep your yard looking lush and which paint color matches your bold style. So hurry in for 4th of July deals at Lowe's. You got this, and we got you.
Okay, ideas. Where are we going?
I got one.
What about a comedy show?
I've seen you. I've swiped on you. No.
Oh, I got an idea.
I feel hungry.
Let's go.
Whatever your vibe. Tacos.
Definitely tacos.
Find it in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
This Eagles team came into the game with only 9 takeaways, tied for 30th in the league, and only 20 points all season off takeaways, also tied for 30th. They have 2 takeaways in this game and just got 6 points, not 7, because of the missed extra point. And this one is starting to heat up during the week. Kamut Grugier-Hill talked about how the Cowboys always choke, and we're going to go down there and make them choke. Antoine Woods. Here's Elliott trying to get to the edge. Throws a stiff arm into Sidney Jones. And Sidney Jones, who was out in the first half with a hamstring injury, is back in there for Philadelphia. A gain of 3.
You know, you see that group celebration, and some of these have gotten so ridiculous that, you know, that's what you worry about, that you're in a heated game like that, and, you know, tempers flare, and, you know, that situation could have evolved into something a lot worse. I'm glad that it didn't, but I think that's what the league's got to concern themselves a little bit with. Some of it's been a lot of fun, but you never know how far it's going to be taken.
Here's a toss to Elliott. Tyron Smith in front of him. Wow, what a hit. And somehow Elliott got through it. That was Bradham, I believe, that came up and smacked Elliott right here. And somehow Elliott spun away from it and turned it into a 5-yard gain.
Well, hey, if you watch Ezekiel Elliott run, he does not go down. I don't, you know, even as good of a hit as that was, if you don't wrap him up, he's not going to the ground. I mean, this guy, he's got great speed, as we know, but he is really, really powerful and hard to get to the ground one-on-one. That would have been a nice play by Bradham had he have made it.
Prescott throws, pass is caught by Beasley for the first down.
I think Jim Schwartz is doing a good job of rotating this defensive front. As soon as Cole Beasley caught that for the first down, they immediately brought Fletcher Cox and Chris Long off. They bring in the other reinforcements, try to keep him fresh right into this fourth quarter.
And facing this guy in a gain of 1. There's Bradham again. And Sidney Jones as well. Under 5 to go. Dak Prescott, the last time the Cowboys had the ball, threw the interception to Corey Graham. Prescott came into this game with a nice streak. No interceptions, and got it up to 165 attempts without a pick, and he's thrown 2 over his last 17 throws. 2nd and 9. Pass is caught wide open. Amari Cooper spins his way into Eagle territory. to the 46.
Pretty soft coverage. They're just trying to keep from giving up the big play. So Rasul Douglas was anticipating the slant route. And then when he doesn't get that, you see how much separation he had with Amari Cooper, and pretty easy catch.
You and I don't do a ton of Raiders games. Amari Cooper was a two-time Pro Bowler, had 1,000 yards his first couple of seasons in the NFL. See Jordan Lewis in motion. That's him. Defensive back. Prescott running for his life and throws it into the ground. And just to finish the point on Amari Cooper, now that you and I have seen him more, I'm anxious to hear your take on Cooper. When the deal was made for a first-round pick next year, I think a lot of people thought, well, they paid too much. But Cooper has shown a lot here in a handful of games for Dallas.
Well, he has, and they probably did give up too much. They probably gave up, you would like to be able to get him for a second-round pick, or, is that what it took? Was anybody else offering? It depends on who you talk to, but he definitely has helped this team, and he's awfully good running routes. One of the best I've ever seen as a route runner.
Here's a nice play by Graham as he brings down Elliott again of 2.
And I think the big thing, he had the big day on Thanksgiving against the Washington Redskins. I really do believe that he's given the quarterback, Dak Prescott, a lot of confidence, knowing one-on-one that he's a guy that can win. And that's invaluable for a quarterback when you have that. You have to have that. You have to have guys can beat coverage. He gives them that kind of confidence. And defenses haven't changed the way they're playing this offense. They're still trying to stop Ezekiel Elliott. But now they've got some answers. He's given this team a psychological boost.
3rd and 8. Pressure on Prescott. Ball comes out. Picked up by Philadelphia. That is the 3rd takeaway for this Eagles defense. As Michael Bennett knocked it out, and Brandon Graham came away with it.
Well, Michael Bennett comes around. You're going to see the ball drop by Dak Prescott. When you go to move up in the pocket, you've got to secure the football with both hands, and you can't get reckless with it, especially you got one hand on the ball, and this has been a problem. It's been a problem for Carson Wentz. It has been again tonight, and this has been a reoccurring issue for Dak Prescott in this offense.
Every time I needed a new phone, I had to switch carriers.
I told him. At Verizon, everyone can get that iPhone 15 on them.
Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially done switching.
New and existing customers get iPhone 15 on us when they trade in any iPhone. Verizon.
I know you've been grinding. I know things aren't easy. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Love, your mind.
Why take less when you can get a beefy 5-layer burrito, a Chalupa Supreme, a double stacked taco, and a drink for just $7? It's Lux for less. Introducing the $7 Lux Cravings Box, only at Taco Bell.
Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour. What do you think?
You got jokes. You're funny.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile.
Todd's a joy.
Yes.
Todd's really is a great joy.
And you.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
No one wants to be my friend.
If I told someone, it would only get worse.
Scared to be alone. Scared for what's waiting for me around every corner.
I can't stand up for myself.
These are the stories of kids that were bullied. 1 in 5 have experienced this in school. So the NFL is working to give them the tools to create healthier relationships.
We've helped more than 2 million students. Together, we can help even more at characterplaybook.com.
When we're young, we're told anything is possible. But only a few of us go out and prove it.
Anna Hall is chasing down history.
Witness the greatness of Anna Hall on a connection worthy of gold. Xfinity Mobile. Only Xfinity gives you the most powerful mobile Wi-Fi network with speeds up to a gig in millions of locations. And right now, Xfinity Internet customers can buy one unlimited line and get one free for a year. Get the fastest connection to Paris with Xfinity.
Something is coming. Something even they're afraid of.
What? We're teaming up.
That's a call for war.
Buckle up, you beautiful people! Oh my God!
Launch Godzilla Kong: The New Empire, rated PG-13 on Max with Xfinity.
Philly came in with just 3 takeaways over the previous 6 games. They've got 3 takeaways for a season high in this battle against the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Goddard. And the rookie will take it to the Dallas 49. Here's that play by Bennett, who knocked it out.
Well, Michael Bennett's been doing this a long time, and this defensive front, when you look at them, like I said, they're the group that's going to have to win it for them. As beat up as they have been across the board, it's been Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham and Chris Long and Michael Bennett are the 4 guys that they've been able to rely on week in and week out, and they're some of their best players, and they're making a difference in this game now.
Second down and 4. Pass is behind Alshon Jeffrey. Incomplete, and then Jeffrey got hit right in the ribs. And at the very least, that knocked the wind out of him on that hit by Xavier Woods.
Oh, just a tough catch, knowing Xavier Woods is coming in, and another poor throw. You're going to see DeMarcus Lawrence has to go into coverage, and you've got Sproles in the flat, and Carson Wentz was just locked in on trying to squeeze that ball into Jeffrey. If he's able to get it to the outside to Sproles, I mean, there's no telling how far he's going to go.
Timeout by Wentz. With the play clock at 2. Well, a big third down here for Philadelphia. They converted their first third down try. They're 0 for 5 since.
Well, the other guy they haven't been able to get involved today is Golden Tate.
Wentz brought down short of first down yardage by Lawrence. A gain of 1, it's 4th down, and we'll see if Doug Peterson will go for it. Looks like he will.
Well, I don't like this decision by Doug Peterson. I mean, the defense is hanging on, as I said, but the offense hasn't done enough, in my opinion, to suggest that they can pick this up.
8 for 16 on 4th down this year. 4th and 3. Just got it away. Wentz throws, pass is caught by Sproles. And the conversion on 4th down inside the 25.
Well, they got Alshon Jeffrey, who is going to help pick Van Der Esch, who's in coverage man-to-man on Sproles. And that action right there was just enough.
When you have something to get done today, getting everything you need today is helpful. Order online at Ace and we'll deliver same day. Or we'll have it ready for pickup in 15 minutes.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Moving through the doorway of a nation. Pick me.
Seconds.
drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Can you see anything different as a pill?
No.
You don't know?
Fentanyl is being mixed into everything now. There's only one thing that will save somebody's life. That is naloxone nasal spray.
Fentanyl, it's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
Really just all about the money.
I just didn't realize that one pill could change your whole life.
More kitchen now.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Metro! Attention, all students. Today, I'm calling on the trendsetters and the underdogs. The ones that were told they were too much, too small, too loud, or not loud enough. In this game, there's a position for everybody. We run and we throw.
We jump and we fly.
This game right here is our game. 1, 2, 3.
First down for Philadelphia. Play action. Pass is off the hands of Zach Ertz.
Had a chance. He had inside leverage, but you look at what Darren Sproles was able to do there on 4th down. Jason Garrett was wanting to get a penalty on Philadelphia for a pick. They're never going to get that call based on the way it unfolded. But Sproles, who I talked about earlier, did not have a reception last Monday night against the Redskins. That was just his second, but clearly the biggest one of the game.
Sproles at the top of the screen. Just got it away. Lynch throws. There's Tate. And Golden Tate, but a flag is down.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense. Number 94. 15-yard penalty. Correction, half the distance to the goal line. First down, Philadelphia.
The call is against Randy Gregory for this with the ball out. And that hit into the middle of the chest.
Well, I think the call is that it was a little late, but I think that's a bad call.
I said chest, obviously into the back. What'd you think, Mike Pereira?
It's the two-step rule. So you get 2 steps, and if you hit them on your second step, then that is a foul, and that's what was called, and that's what it is.
That was a good call, man. I just don't like the call.
First and goal. There's Sproles, delayed handoff. Flag is thrown. Sproles is down near the 3.
That was a good cut by Sproles. He cut off of Jason Kelce. I'm just wondering if Kelce is maybe the guy they're going to get for a hold on the play.
Kelce's been in and out of there since getting hit to the head earlier.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Instead, they get tight end Zach Ertz for this on Van Der Esch. Because of the missed extra point.
Hey, we gotta go. We gotta run this.
After the interception and the touchdown to Jeffrey, this is a 3-point game. Play clock is reset. And it's first and goal from the 17. Corey Clement in there. Smallwood started in the backfield. The pass is caught by Matthews. He's to the 11. This Eagles team, after leading the NFL last year in red zone touchdown percentage, they're number 19 this year. They need one here to take the lead.
Well, interestingly enough, on that first down, they didn't have Zach Ertz, Golden Tate, or Darren Sproles on the field. So that's if you're the Cowboys, you're looking at that and you're saying, hey, this is good for us. You know, they're real receiving threats, but they're back out there now with Golden Tate and Ertz.
Smallwood. Third down and goal. Jalen Smith. Not alone, making the tackle, a gain of 3.
They almost didn't get that play off. The play clock was winding down, and Wentz sees that the Cowboys are playing coverage. They had 2 safeties deep. The numbers were advantageous to run the football. They got a little bit out of it, but here they are now with 3rd and goal.
Sproles back in there. Ertz will be out wide to the left. Pass is incomplete. Ertz the target. Anthony Brown defending for Dallas. The number 3 red zone defense gets a stop.
You see Anthony Brown, he's waiting for it. If Anthony Brown had turned around, this is a pick 6. And Wentz is expecting him to continue to run. Ertz, usually the receiver is not allowed to stop. They're fortunate that that's all it is incomplete.
26-yard try.
What was that?
Nothing. Gorilla Super Glue.
Brush for edge-to-edge coverage and nozzle for precise application all in one. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Today at the Home Depot, get up to $2,400 off select kitchen packages. So you can do your thing while your new LG machines do theirs. Shop LG, America's most reliable line of appliances at the lowest prices guaranteed. During 4th of July savings at the Home Depot.
This summer, snacking just got serious. Introducing new $3 foot-long dippers. The world might not be ready for them.
But at $3 a pop, your wallet definitely is.
Achy legs and painful arches? There's Copperfit Energy Socks for that. Our Easy On, Easy Off graduated compression socks to help reduce swelling, relieve tired, achy muscles, and provide energizing support. Now with arch support technology for targeted compression to help ease arch and ankle fatigue.
These were fantastic. The more I wore them, the better it got.
If you have to wear compression socks for whatever reason, these are a game changer.
Get Copperfit Energy Socks in these fine stores.
Flag football is coming.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
The future of football is here.
Go out there and ball out and just play your game.
As the game explodes with the new big event of the summer.
Always chase the goal. You can't give up.
The next generation of stars has arrived. NFL Flag Championships, presented by Toyota, July 19th through the 21st on ESPN, ABC, and more Disney networks.
Over 12 to play in Arlington. The game is tied 9-9. There have been 6 missed extra points across the NFL today. Here in week 14, and the 6th of the day is the one first of the year by Elliott. And the field goal followed, and now a 9-9 game. All points points for Philadelphia off the turnovers into the end zone out to the 25. Here's a handoff to Elliott, and this Eagles defense that struggled in the first half early against the run and against Ezekiel Elliott has clamped things down. Camus Brugier-Hill made the stop, a loss of 1.
Yeah, they really have, because he was averaging over 6 yards a carry here just a little while ago, and this is Ezekiel Elliott time. You know, here you are in the fourth quarter. I certainly am familiar with that with Emmitt Smith, and you want to start running some time off the clock and put together a drive and put a team away. This is what you want to do, but this Eagles defense is not going away.
Here's Elliott, makes the catch, and a good tackle effort, and not bringing down Elliott, and a flag at the end of the play. It was Sidney Jones who had him on the sideline. Somehow Elliott stayed up, and at the end of the play, after a gain of 14, they threw a flag. How did Sidney Jones miss on that? And then there's Elliott maintaining his balance. Will get the call.
It shows you the power that Ezekiel Elliott has. You know, Sidney Jones came in and hit him, tried wrapping him up, just unable to do it.
And now Elliott goes to get looked at, and the officials still congregate.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is some kind of helmet. The helmet rule at the end of this play. And that to me looks, you know, it's who initiate, clearly is a helmet rule. It's who they're going to call it on, if in fact they stick with it.
Personal foul, lowering the helmet and initiating contact. Offense, number 21. It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Replay second down.
You know, they do look to who initiates it, and I thought, looking at it, that, yeah, that's Ezekiel Elliott who initiates it. Corey Graham comes in. He doesn't even, it looked initially like he does come in with his helmet, but it actually was his shoulder pad. We haven't had that called much. Jason Garrett obviously doesn't like it, but Roger Goodell and the NFL wanted it. The competition committee wanted it. They got it. There you have it.
They lose the first down. It's second down. And here's Cooper, who will just go down and pick up the first down, it looked like, and a flag is down again. And now there are 2 flags down.
Flags, I think the first flag, it looked like there was contact by Sidney Jones. Where the first flag came in, I'm not sure what the
pass
second
interference. Defense, number 22. The penalty's declined. Yardage gained is enough for a first down.
It's against Sidney Jones.
Yeah, this is maybe Amari Cooper's best route. Not tonight, but when you look at his route tree on the things that he does so well, he's awfully good with the slant routes.
Now Zach Martin. You see Zach Martin leaving the playing field. He'll get looked at. Connor Williams takes over at right guard. Suafilo stays at left guard. First down for Dallas in the tie game. Hand off to Rod Smith. Big hole. There's a lot to get through here. First, this is the injury to Zach Martin, number 70, on that previous play.
We've seen this a couple times. Fletcher Cox just drives him back, and right there is when he has that injured left knee that he had a few weeks back, and he goes to the ground. Now, Ezekiel Elliott, after that hit, he went into the tent. Now, Connor Williams, the rookie, he had been the starter at left guard. He's now on the right side. They cross-train these guys. That's a little different for him.
Prescott throws, pass is caught. Smith, first down up near midfield. Meanwhile, that call against Ezekiel Elliott, that was that new helmet rule that was so talked about in the preseason and called all preseason. But into last week, there had been only 9 of those calls across the entire league. They called 3 last week. We've done a couple of games where they've missed that call, so it figured to be a point of emphasis, and they called one against Elliott. And They check him over on the sideline as Rod Smith takes over. He's the only other tailback on the roster for Dallas. First down. And he gets it.
He's doing a nice job, too, running with the football. You're without Ezekiel Elliott, and your best lineman, Zach Martin, is out. And yet, Rod Smith, he's picking up good yardage on the ground.
Connor Williams had arthroscopic knee surgery, hurt against Tennessee. That's when they went to Suafilo at left guard, and Suafilo stayed there during this 4-game winning streak. Connor Williams back into the action. 2nd and 5, quick throw, pass caught for the first down. Amari Cooper. Sidney Jones across from him, a gain of 13.
Well, Sidney Jones is even inside leverage, so he aligns inside to try to take that away. But when you run as good a route as Amari Cooper does, then you're still able to beat it on the slant. Fletcher Cox, he's working over Connor Williams, but Amari Cooper could probably run that until the end of this game, and they won't cover it.
Here's Elliott back in the game on first down. The ball popped out, but he was down, a gain of 5. And it's a 2-1 advantage in time of possession in this game in favor of Dallas, and yet I'll echo what you've said really throughout. The job done by Jim Schwartz and this defense, it's been some effort. They have 3 of their original 4 starting defensive backs on IR. Their patchwork. They rotate guys up front trying to stay fresh, and they have kept Philadelphia in the game. 2nd down and 5. Prescott goes to the end zone. Pass is caught. Cooper, touchdown.
Nothing complicated about what they did. It's one-on-one outside. Amari Cooper's just going to come off the ball and then just outrun Sidney Jones. It's no double move, just a straight 9 route. And it's a perfectly thrown ball by Dak Prescott.
In the 4th quarter of the game where Prescott has struggled, he dropped in a beauty for 28 yards. And the lead is 7.
Hi, you might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because I felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine. But if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Hey, what's up? This is Puka Nacua, and I'm taking over NFL Network for a day.
Puka behind the defense. Touchdown, LA!
I'm showcasing the games and shows I want you to see. So come watch with me. This is NFL Players' Choice only on NFL Network.
I'm Omar Reese with this NFL Network up-to-the-minute update. Tragedy struck the NFL world over the weekend as Vikings rookie corner Kyrie Jackson and 2 others were killed in a car crash Saturday morning in Maryland. According to Maryland State Police, Jackson was a passenger in a car that was part of a 3-car collision in Upper Marlboro, and he was pronounced dead on the scene by emergency medical personnel. Thoughts and tributes poured in on social media over the weekend. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell said in a statement, "I am absolutely crushed by this news. Kyrie brought a contagious energy to our facility and our team. an NFL statement saying the NFL family is deeply saddened and devastated by the passing of Vikings rookie Kyrie Jackson. Our thoughts and condolences are with his family, loved ones, and everybody involved in this tragic accident. The 24-year-old was a fourth-round selection in this year's NFL draft out of Oregon.
Well, it's a 7-point Dallas Cowboy lead, and Dak Prescott went 5 for 5 for 74 yards and the 28-yard touchdown to Amari Cooper for the first Cowboy touchdown of the day, and a 7-point lead, and we'll see if Philadelphia can answer. Starting at their 25. Here's a handoff to Adams, and he's swallowed up with a 1-yard loss. Sproles in the backfield on 2nd and 11. Wentz, pass caught by Jeffrey. And the play is made by Xavier Woods. A gain of 6, so another 3rd down coming up for Carson Wentz. They are 1 for 7 on this down in this game.
I'd be surprised to see Dallas come after him here.
They bring Smith on the blitz. Pass broken up. Anthony Brown made the play in front of Golden Tate. 3 and out.
Well, the Eagles got what they wanted, and they got one-on-one with Golden Tate and Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown just lays out and makes a great play on this ball. Tate looked like he had slowed down a little bit. Maybe the throw was pulling him up, but there was separation off of the break, and it was closed in a hurry by a combination of things, but Brown makes a nice play.
That's the 4th 3 and out of the game for Philadelphia. And a team that came in leading the league in time of possession. After that play, Zach Ertz came off complaining that he didn't get a call. Looked like he slid down working against Byron Jones. Not much there.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. And you know, the Cowboys, you got to believe that this defense is as good as they've been, that there's nothing they want more than the game to come down to them and them having to make a stop, and for the Eagles not to even be able to pick up a first down. That's kind of been the story of their day.
Last 7 Cowboy possessions, Prescott has turned the ball over 3 times. Elliott met in the backfield by Bennett and just thrown to the turf, but a flag on that tackle. Did he get him up high?
I was going to say, I didn't think there was much there.
Illegal shift. Offense. There were 2 players moving and didn't get set prior to the snap. That penalty's declined. Result of play is 2nd down.
So no flag, great tackle, and good play by Bennett.
Great play by Bennett, and he's made a lot of great plays over his career. He was kind of a part-time player when they had Derek Barnett, their first-round pick out of Tennessee last year, and he's had to play a lot more than they probably anticipated coming in, but what a great player he is. His younger brother, Martellus, was drafted by the Cowboys as a tight end several years ago.
Prescott protected. Pass is incomplete. Cooper and Sidney Jones were jousting for position. And a shove at the end of this. This one just ricochets right off the chest of Amari Cooper.
Well, the way that Sidney Jones is playing this, you would think that he had a safety helping him over the top. He did not. And he was playing very physical and aggressive on Amari Cooper. Had Amari Cooper ran another go route, It would have been another touchdown. This is a great job right now by the Eagles if they're able to make a stop. Defense has been on the field a ton. Can they rally one more time?
They're down in 14. Aired out. Downfield and incomplete for Michael Gallup. He had the coverage beaten. That was Sidney Jones back there. They are trying to find number 22 every time.
Yeah, he's a target for sure, and this should have been 6. You know, and Dak Prescott knows it. He's missed a few of these. He missed Michael Gallup on a big play last week on the similar situation. And tell you what, the Eagles defense, they answered the bell, and now we'll see what this offense, if anything, what they might be able to do.
This for Chris Jones, his first punt since the first possession of the game. Here's Sproles. He's got 7 punt returns for a touchdown, and he's out of room, but good starting field position inside Dallas territory as Damian Wilson made the stop.
So yeah, USAA, they always have my back.
USAA? You were in the military?
Oh no, I wasn't, but my grandpa was. He joined USAA, passed membership to my mom, then to me.
There's other ways to get in?
Yeah. My neighbor Ron, he's in because his wife served. Even little Luna, once she's born, her dad served.
So all this time I could have had USAA insurance.
And banking.
Where's my phone?
Over there.
USAA, for the military community and their families.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
Old Trapper Beefs. Tough snacks.
Out here, nothing comes easy. That's why you gotta be tough. My truck, it's tough. My crew, definitely tough. But Old Trapper taught me the value of tenderness.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Oh, it's a puppy.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
We're always given the spotlight. But the people out there lifting up our next generation, they deserve their shine too. Like Marquise, who saw that students need mentors they identify with. Or someone like Brianna, who helps young people who have been overlooked land jobs that could change their lives. To those who deserve more of the spotlight, we see you.
Mark your calendars this summer because FanDuel has something for everyone every day. Score bigger winnings in any inning with profit boosts. Take home bonus bets for home runs every Tuesday. And beat the heat with no sweat bets. Make the most out of this summer with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. All customers get a boost or a bonus every day all summer long. Plus, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win.
This is the life.
Hey, Gus, we're gonna play horse.
How about a game of Gus? Winner gets the PA Lottery's new giant box.
Yeah. I won!
Actually, you both did. Keep on scratching. Cannonball!
And the second best starting field position for the Eagles all game. Wentz throws, pass caught. Jeffrey, first down. At the Dallas 35, a gain of 12. Awuzie defending.
You watch Wentz, he had good protection. You got to be real careful, and he should know this because it's happened that you don't have a lot of time. The clock has to go off a little quicker against this defense than some others.
This Dallas defense has held the Eagles now to just 8 first downs. But that was a big one to get this drive started. Blitz. Wentz protected. Pass is caught. Down inside the 10. The rookie Goddard. And that's about as good a throw as Carson Wentz has made all day.
It's really good. The Cowboys show too deep, but then they're going to drop down, and they go single high. So he knows he's one-on-one, and Goddard runs a good route. They're trying to get Jalen Smith out underneath that route. He's not able to, and yeah, we've talked about some of the errant throws. That was on the money by Carson Wentz.
4 minutes to play, first and goal. Here's Adams. Down to the 3. Damian Wilson on the stop, a gain of 6. Second down and goal with under 4 minutes to play. The Eagles, if they get a win here, they'll walk out of here with the same record as the Cowboys, but have a better division record and a tiebreaker. Dallas Cowboys with a win here over Philadelphia. They have a 2-game lead in the East and the head-to-head advantage over the Eagles. Wentz throws, pass caught, touchdown, Goddard. Dallas Goddard gets his 4th of the year, and with 3:12 left, the all-important extra point is coming.
Well, you got Goddard. He's going to run the route, and he's able to work through Jalen Smith. Carson Wentz helps open up that window by holding off Xavier Woods, 25, the safety. But now is when that extra point that was missed by Elliott is a big factor in this game.
And this one is good. Just inside the right upright. The Eagles traded up in the draft to get Dallas Goddard. Obviously, tight end was a target for the Dallas Cowboys after the retirement of Jason Witten. And the young man who was named Dallas because of the family's love for the Dallas Cowboys gets a big one for the Eagles here in Arlington to tie the game with 3:12 left.
He keeps making plays like that. The Eagles fans will forgive him for having the name Dallas. Now this Eagles defense, see what they're able to do. The defensive front has been spectacular. The secondary has made some plays, but Sidney Jones out there at corner, as we've seen here in recent drives, he's got a big target on his chest, and can he hold up?
Introducing Milo's Rewards, the new way to unlock savings from the palm of your hand. With every purchase, all loyalty members earn points toward Milo's money. Plus, you get free gifts and free shipping. The all-new Milo's Rewards program is here. Download the app to join, earn, and save today.
This summer, snacking just got serious. Introducing new $3 foot-long dippers. The world might not be ready for them.
But at $3 a pop, your wallet definitely is.
How you holding up? Nothing wrong with getting help.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
When everything hurts, you need relief that's deeper than ice. Tidal, the cryotherapy spray that goes beyond cooling to take control of the pain. Now the best-selling pain relief spray has gotten even better with an easy press activator to get the perfect coverage and dose with no rubbing needed.
It smells really good. It relieves the pain quickly so I can continue doing what I love.
It's compact, it travels easy, I can take it everywhere.
Get the all-new cryotherapy spray and the full line of Tidal products online or at your favorite retailer.
I'm an
an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
You were hired to be a maintenance manager, but everyone knows you as a problem solver, and you know who to call to help keep your operation running. Grainger has over 1 million products, including the one you need now. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attention, all students. Today, I'm calling on the trendsetters and the underdogs. The ones that were told they were too much, too small, too loud, or not loud enough. In this game, there's a position for everybody. We run and we throw.
We jump and we fly.
This game right here is our game. 1, 2, 3.
Carson Wentz 3 for 3, 41 yards and the touchdown. A couple of big completions to Dallas Goedert, including the game-tying score.
Well, we said, hey, he's going to have to be at his best on that drive, and he certainly was.
The drive will start at the 25. Cowboys 3 timeouts left. Philadelphia 2. Dallas, winners of 4 straight. They come in 7-5. The Eagles trying to turn the tables on the Dallas Cowboys. It was Dallas that got the big win at Philly on a Sunday night. The Eagles on a short week. The Cowboys on 9 days of rest. Trying to come in here to Texas and get a win to tie at the top, and they would have a better division record. Tough schedule staring the Eagles in the face at the Rams, at home against Houston, the next 2 games. Prescott throws. Cooper makes the play. Might go. First play from scrimmage. Touchdown. Cooper and Dallas.
Devontae Bosby was not on the Eagles roster the first 8 weeks of the season, and they had him up in man coverage and pressed on Amari Cooper with no safety help. And as soon as Dak Prescott saw that, you knew exactly where he was going to go with the football, and it was just no contest. Good news is they scored quick. The Eagles had plenty of time.
After the 8-catch, 180-yard, 2-touchdown game against Washington on Thanksgiving, Jerry Jones, the owner and GM, said Amari looks like he's making a bid for his cash. The bid continues. 7 catches, 182 yards, and the 2 touchdowns in this game for Dallas.
Yeah, you see Corey Graham, 24. He was in the middle of the field and just one-on-one. And for a guy who is their biggest threat on the outside, I'm a little surprised. You see, here's Corey Graham. Here's the one-on-one with Devontae Bosby and Amari Cooper. And to be up press on the other side, they had Rasul Douglas, who was soft. I'm a little surprised by the decision there by Jim Schwartz to come and have him up in press coverage like that. But a great job by Dallas in being able to connect, because we've seen that he's missed some other opportunities, but that one was dropped in there nicely.
As you said, plenty of time. 3:01, 2 timeouts. As they serenade Amari Cooper. Jason Garrett told us with regard to Cooper, he's a credible player that defenses have to account for, but it's done more for our confidence. Now we have the feeling that we can go attack. And it is a different feel to this Cowboy offense since they got him during their bye week before the Tennessee game. They lost that game, but they are looking for their 5th win in a row.
Well, he had the big game against the Redskins on Thanksgiving night. Now this, I talked about how teams have still stacked the line of scrimmage to try to stop Ezekiel Elliott. Well, now, with a night like tonight, you've got to believe the Colts next week are going to start looking at it, and it's going to be a little different style.
Wentz trying to answer. Jeffrey can't make the catch as he had gotten behind Awuzie.
It's almost a heck of a catch by Alshon Jeffrey. It's just a little too far out there. He lays out and almost able to haul this in. That was a tough one.
The guy who played with a torn rotator cuff last year had shoulder surgery, missed the first 3 games, begging for more targets. Just off his fingertips, 2nd and 10.
Well, the Cowboys still showing man-to-man across the board also with challenge across the board here. You see these corners are all up in tight coverage.
Wentz throws over the middle. Pass is caught. Flag is thrown. There goes Goddard. Trying to answer. Flag is down. Goddard is in for the touchdown, but no signal. And again, the flag was thrown right around the spot of the catch, and it looks like it's coming back.
I think they got Goddard at the top of this route. Let's take a look.
Offense. Number 88. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
And they did.
I don't know that I like that call, Joe. Goddard he's running the route. Heath is entitled to hold his ground, but he was moving a little bit. I don't know. I'd like to hear what Mike Pereira thinks.
What'd you think, Mike? Was that offensive pass interference on Goddard?
I don't think it is, because to me, even though there's movement by the defense, understand why it's called, but he's breaking back to the inside. There's a collision right at less than 5 yards. I just don't think that's one that should have been called.
And it was the official that threw the flag that was downfield and didn't signal the touchdown. And so Goddard flagged for the call to take points off the board.
And normally they're looking for extended hands, and Goddard never extended his arms.
Play action. Gregory gets there for the sack, and a flag is down. Here's the call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 94. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down, Philadelphia.
I'm anxious to see this on the replay with Gregory going down. He's trying to make the sack. And Mike Pereira right back into the hot box you go.
And I got the same opinion, to tell you the truth. I mean, it is a low hit, but you look for force that usually involves the shoulder or the helmet. You want defenders to wrap and take him down, and that's what he did with the arm.
Well, he had no other choice if he's going to make the sack.
Right, they talked about a forcible blow, and that didn't exist.
So that wipes the sack away, and now up to the 30. Wentz throws, pass caught. Jeffrey out of bounds with a 1st down. Let's go back to the Goddard play.
Yeah, here he is here, and coming off the ball, and like I said, you look for extended arms, and it wasn't that. The contact, as Mike said, was within the 5 yards, all's good there, and then he just works off of that. You see that on virtually every play, especially in there at the tight end position, and yeah, it's unfortunate to have these calls that go against either one of these teams and make a difference in games.
The biggest one, obviously, against the Eagles to take the touchdown away. Wentz, Van Der Esch with a sack. And a flag is down in midfield.
Well, the Eagles are pointing that it's on the Cowboys, and that's a lucky break for Carson Wentz.
Contact. Defense, number 30. The 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
It's against Anthony Brown.
You got Darren Sproles, who's trying to block Leighton Van Der Esch, and it's right in front of Wentz. But here's the penalty on Anthony Brown, number 30. And that's a good call. That's a good call. You see, but here's Leighton Vander Esch coming off the line at 55, and he's trying to be blocked by Darren Sproles, and Wentz should have seen that. So another penalty that cost the Cowboys.
Bringing up first down out at the 47. Pass is caught. Goddard gets 9, and his helmet comes off for the second time. Need to tighten that up as he just slides it right back onto his head.
Well, I would think they'd let this go down to the 2-minute warning, but they're going to try to get one off.
And they don't.
You've been grinding. I know things aren't easy. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Love, your mind.
This summer, get your 4th of July delivered. The Home Depot has free delivery on over 2 million items. Fast, same-day delivery from our store to your door. Get 4th of July delivered your way at the Home Depot.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father.
Crippling depression, anxiety, exhaustion.
I was in prison and her mom had a heart attack.
There's a lot of institutional issues and challenges that suggest to us that dads aren't essential, and I've always rejected that.
Sometimes you don't have to know everything about being a dad. You just gotta be there.
When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile.
Todd's a joy.
Yes.
Todd's really is a great joy.
And you.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Tomorrow on The Insiders, Lions defensive back Kirby Joseph joins us to talk about the hype surrounding Detroit after his run to the NFC Championship game, plus training camp storylines from the NFC North and NFC East at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
2 minutes left. This battle for the top spot in the NFC East, 2nd down and 1. Play action. Wentz airs it out. Downfield has a man. Pass is caught by Aguilar. Inside the 2-yard line as the officials get together and confirm the catch at their first look.
Well, that's a good adjustment by Aguilar. He gets his left foot down, the right one in. Initially, it looked to me like it might have taken him out of bounds, but he clearly was past Byron Jones. He was beat. That's a great adjustment by Aguilar, being able to make a play on this ball.
Brilliant catch by Nelson Aguilar.
Yep, and it's a great job by the officials down there seeing it. You see Byron Jones, he's peeking in, and Aguilar is gone.
42 yards, the Eagles' biggest play of the day at the most important time. And you just throw this out here now. Philadelphia's just called their second timeout. 2 yards away, and then a decision for Doug Peterson.
Well, and they couldn't get set up, so they burned a timeout. They could have taken time off this clock.
Wentz keeps. Down he goes. Play made by Smith. Jalen Smith That'll bring up second down and goal.
Yeah, and you think, whether or not Dallas is going to burn a timeout here, and they do. And that's what I was saying. When the Eagles got the completion to Aguilar, when you have a big play down the field, sometimes it's hard for the offensive linemen and everybody to get down there in a timely manner to where you can get a play off, and they had to burn the timeout, and they could have taken time off or forced Dallas to take one.
And we'll talk about it as this drive unfolds, the end of it, as we welcome you into the booth. But don't forget, Doug Peterson loves what they do with 2-point tries. They're 5 for 5. If they score here, that's on the board.
And I would almost expect them to go for 2 if they score.
Wentz underneath, Sproles splits the defenders and gets in for the touchdown. And immediately the sideline says, kick the extra point. No 2-point try with 1:39 remaining.
Well, he hasn't had quite as much success this year with the fourth down calls and points, but what a job here by Darren Sproles. You're going to see when he catches it, Leighton Vander Esch is there to make a play, and that's what they missed this year, not having Sproles for most of the season.
Elliott missed earlier in this half, his first of the year. Tie game. Dallas now will have 1:39 with 2 timeouts. And just to reiterate, these Eagles 5 for 5 on 2-point tries coming into this game, including one last week against Washington when they were up by 7 instead of making it with an extra point, an 8-point lead. The Eagles went for 2 and got it, made it a 2-score game, and that's just kind of the way Doug Peterson usually does it.
Receiving team, number 90, helmet contact against the long snapper. Philadelphia has elected to enforce that penalty from the kickoff.
And the hands team is out there for Dallas. Case Elliott tries an onside kick. Instead, he pops it up, trying to pin the Cowboys deep. It's Beasley on the return. And he is down at the 18-yard line. They kick the extra point to tie the game, and Ezekiel Elliott against Rasul Douglas stays in bounds for a moment and then hops out at the 22 with a 4-yard gain. 1:29 left, 2 timeouts for Dak Prescott in what has turned into a wild game here in Arlington.
You're not kidding. Points been pretty hard to come by there for a while, but not here as of late. There's Amari Cooper and Bosby right here.
Prescott, Elliott, first down. Interesting that Sidney Jones, who had been out of the game for a while in the first half with a hamstring injury, we were told from the sideline, and then came back in the game, was burned by Amari Cooper. He's on the sideline, and Bosby, as you say, is back out there. He was just victimized by Cooper. Here's a pass to Cooper. Bosby can't bring him down initially, and out of bounds as Trey Sullivan was there, a gain of 8.
Well, Jim Schwartz is trying to give a little bit of a different look. It's still Bosby one-on-one outside there. They have the safeties deep that you'd think, okay, too deep, but those first few plays, it was really a 4-cross zone. So he's still one-on-one. Now, the way they're lined up now, he still is.
Prescott airs it out. Gallup downfield is overthrown. Second time that's happened as he got this time behind Rasul Douglas.
Well, they drop down and they play one-on-one, and he gets past Rasul Douglas. I don't know what Douglas is thinking, but Gallup kind of throttled down a little bit. Had he just have taken off running, I think that threw off Prescott, but Douglas would have been beat for another big play.
Well, here it is on 3rd down and 2. Brett Maher has set a franchise record with a 62-yarder in this game. That's the 44-yard line of Philadelphia, in case you're wondering. Prescott, flag down. Hearns the target, incomplete, but a penalty flag is thrown in the secondary. A lot of flags here, and this is a hold, which will be an automatic first down against Philly.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's Corey Graham, who had an interception earlier in this half.
Yeah, he pretty much tackles Blake Jarwin.
46 seconds left, 2 timeouts. In a 23-23 game in this battle for the top spot in the NFC East. Pass is caught by Jarwin. A flag is thrown again. Jarwin had to fight for the ball, and we'll see who this call is against.
I think they're going to get Suafilo, their left guard, with a hold.
There is no foul on the play for holding. The result of the play stands. He's second down, Dallas.
So they pick up the flag, and it was thrown here on the left side. Mike Pereira, what did you see over there?
Well, to me, I liked it because as picking up the flag, because it was part of a double team block and a stumble, so I don't think it was a foul.
Here is Jarwin again, having a career day. He gets a first down, and now Dallas is very close to enough yardage gained on this possession from Maher. It'd be a 63-yard try from this spot. They have 28 seconds left, 2 timeouts to try to take a bite out of that for Brett Maher.
Yeah, usually if you're on defense, Jim Schwartz, you use the clock to your advantage, but with 2 timeouts for Dallas, they've got the whole field at their disposal.
Prescott, Elliott, down just outside the 40, and a timeout taken by Dallas. They have 1 left. Bad snap. Prescott. Wow. That's a big, big play as it moves the ball back outside the 45.
And we're going to use their timeout. They finally did. The clock was running. You got to be real careful now.
Looney snapped it right into the ground, and now the Cowboys are going to have to get more yardage to try to just give Maher a chance.
They've got to get more yardage, but they've got to stop the clock also. That's a big mistake there by Joe Looney.
A loss of 6 on the play. Remember, it's 3rd down and 12, so anything short of a first down or not out of bounds, the Cowboys cannot go up and spike it. It would be a 4th down play. Back into the shotgun goes Prescott. Prescott is swallowed up. And the Philly defense makes another big play, and there's Fletcher Cox.
About the night Fletcher Cox has had. He's over Suafilo right here, and he just absolutely collapses the pocket. I tell you, Brandon Graham was there as well. The defense, we talked about it, this defensive front really had to get it done for this Eagles defense, and the Cowboys in range. They give Maher an opportunity to win the game if Prescott just does not take a sack.
But the bad snap out of the shotgun, by the way, which brings that into play. A loss of 6, a loss of 8 on the sack, and they went backward for 14 yards on their last 2 plays from scrimmage, and we're into overtime now officially here in Arlington. We'll have the coin toss, see who gets it, barring a touchdown.
Okay, gentlemen, overtime in the NFL. We're going to play up to 1 10-minute period. Both teams are going to have an opportunity to possess the ball unless the first team on offense scores a touchdown or we have a defensive score. Each team's going to have 2 timeouts, and all replays will be handled up in the booth. Good? You good? Okay. Coin, again, the helmet side is heads, the T side is tails. Helmet is heads, T side is tails. Philadelphia, it is your choice. Tails. Tails is the call. It is heads. You want the ball? Which way you want to kick? Which way?
Discover customer service. This is Maya.
Oh, hi, Maya. You robots are sounding more human every day.
At Discover, everyone can talk to a human representative.
All right, prove it.
Wait, are you a robot?
24/7 U.S.-based customer service.
How would I prove that I'm not?
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete. But it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Introducing Milo's Rewards, the new way to unlock savings from the palm of your hand. With every purchase, all loyalty members earn points toward Milo's money. Plus, you get free gifts and free shipping. The all-new Milo's Rewards program is here. Download the app to join, earn, and save today.
Being a cowboy, I don't know anything different from when I was 3 or 4 years old. I did tough things. I thought everybody needed to do tough things, and if you didn't, I didn't have time for it. I had a very successful career at a very young age, and life was fast. I was preparing physically. I wasn't doing anything mentally on the inside. And then I got hurt. I wanted to be better as a person, and I really dug into mental health. I start my day with 20-minute workouts. I live life 8 seconds at a time. Horses are so therapeutic. They know what you're feeling. When you're nervous, they're nervous. He won't say it back, but we're pals. I take a lot of responsibility in taking care of my kids, my family, and being there for them. You're gonna have tough days. Everybody does. Find a place to stop and just breathe. Love your mind.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love your mind.
You ready to be a New York Giant?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Our team's still adding pieces. We still have the draft, the free agency.
Take one. Let's have a conversation.
You win here, it's unlike anywhere else.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? X marks the spot. Now you can add the new Xfinity Stream Saver that includes Netflix, Peacock, and Apple TV+. That's Xfinity Stream Saver for just $15 a month. All your favorites, all in one place. Only from Xfinity. For more watching and less spending, X marks the spot. Do it all on the network made for streaming and bring on the good stuff.
Fear cannot be contained. At the world's premier Halloween event, face the biggest names in horror. With 10 terrifying haunted houses, 5 sinister scare zones, and so many screams. Universal Halloween Horror Nights, where horror lives.
So here we are, out to the 25, and here's Prescott. Right back to work.
This defense has been on the field a lot. This is their 81st defensive snap. Cowboys defensively have played almost half of that. See whether or not they can rally and make another stand.
Look at the difference in time of possession. That rotation up front for the Philadelphia defense, put together by Jim Schwartz, has worked. Here's Elliott getting 8. Nigel Bradham is there to make the stop. 2nd down and 2.
Pretty good start there. A good push by that defensive front. Trayvon Hester was able to get into the backfield, but Ezekiel Elliott makes him miss, and then he picks up a good 8 yards.
2nd and 2. Back to Elliott. 1st down and more. Almost lost the ball as Malcolm Jenkins makes the stop after a gain of 10. And in 2 plays, the ball is already outside the Dallas 40 at their own 43.
Well, you get a guy going right now, Ezekiel Elliott. He wants the football, and they need to just keep giving it to him. As you see, he's not going to give it to him now.
Rod Smith comes in. Malcolm Jenkins tried to force that fumble. He forced a fumble right out of the gate on the opening kickoff of this game. Turnover looked like it might go to Philadelphia. They didn't get it. Here's one for the tight end, Schultz. Nice fake by Prescott. And Dalton Schultz is good for 16 yards.
Well, they got Rod Smith who comes in, and then Prescott gets under center, so you're anticipating some type of play action or boot. And he comes off of it, Schultz. A well-thrown ball by Prescott there, and here the Cowboys are knocking on the door again.
Second catch of the game for the rookie, 7th of the year for Schultz. The Cowboys are right back where they were a moment ago. There were 21 seconds left in regulation. But again, unless the first possession ends in a touchdown, even a good field goal and this game continues, Philadelphia would get a chance to possess the ball. Second down and 9 here after a 1-yard carry by Elliott. Zach Martin's still out. Four-time Pro Bowl right guard with that left knee injury. He re-aggravated in the second half. Prescott steps through trouble for a moment. Flag is down, and so's Prescott. In the arms of Fletcher Cox. And it's against Dallas for a hold, and they're going to move him
Holding.
back.
Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty, replay, second down.
That is the third, by my count, holding call against Tyron Smith in this game after missing the previous two.
There's Tyron Smith, and this defensive front is just suffocating. And Brandon Graham, he's a tough out. He's a hard guy to block, and Fletcher Cox is no day at the beach either. And we talked about Cox and how they were resting him early in this game a lot, and to keep him fresh. They've been on the field a lot, but he has continued to play at a high level.
They accepted the penalty, which made it second down, and now here's the carry by Elliott after the catch and a gain of 10. So you could debate whether you accept that holding call or not. Either way, they're right back in the same area, now facing a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, pretty much a wash. And I think Bosby, number 41, you know, you get in trouble when you sit back and you wait on Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, you really have to go stop him in his tracks as soon as he gets the ball.
It would be a 58-yard try from here. 3rd down and 9. Floated for Cooper. First down and more.
They got a natural pick with Cole Beasley coming off the line of scrimmage here, and he's able to pick off Rasul Douglas, who was going to be in man coverage on Amari Cooper. Those crossing routes, they're hard when you're in man coverage, but you have to anticipate that when you're in that coverage, because that's what teams are trying to do.
12-yard gain on 3rd down and 9, and a first down at the 28. Here's Elliott, cuts back through this tired defense. There's Bradham. This guy plays hard every play, playing with a broken thumb on his left hand, and he just keeps on going. That's the 12th tackle for Nigel Bradham in this game. Carry by Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, Fletcher Cox right now is on the sidelines, and you know, I didn't think you'd say this about a defense that's given up 540 yards, but I think they've given all they've got.
4-yard carry by Elliott, 2nd and 6. Quick throw, and the pass is caught. That's Schultz again. And he is down 1 yard short of a first down. So another big 3rd down here for Dallas.
Yeah, this was not an easy completion at all. Prescott puts this ball right out where he has to. That was good coverage, actually, by Malcolm Jenkins. Well, here we go.
Ezekiel Elliott came into this game 12 of 17 in converting into a first down on 3rd and 1. Gets it, and he does not get the first down. Big stop by this Eagles defense.
Good job that is. Michael Bennett. He's in the middle of that. Some came in from the backside. I couldn't quite see who it was. And
they're going to go for it. The Cowboys are on 4th down and a long one.
Well, the way their defense is playing, they feel that play clock going down, they got to call a timeout. But the way their defense has played, even though the Eagles have been able to get on a roll and they've been able to string some plays together, they trust the defense that they can make a stop if they fail to pick it up here.
Here's that defensive play. Nathan Gary, a linebacker, came in. I don't believe he got the tackle. He took on Olawale, and I believe it was Michael Bennett who got off the block of La'el Collins. He did, and Bennett made the play.
Such a great job by him. All these guys, really. This defense has been so banged up all year, as we've talked about throughout this game, but Michael Bennett has not been, and Fletcher Cox and Chris Long and Brandon Graham, and that's what this defense has been built on for the last several years. It's what helped them win the Super Bowl last season, and if they're able to pull off a win here tonight, they'll be the reason that they won this game.
4th down and 1. They pass on a 37-yard try as they go for it here. It is Elliott, reached for it. Looked like he got it, but no official signal yet, and now there is. 1st down, and it took that right arm and the reach by Elliott to pick it up.
They got to push initially. Brandon Graham was there. They're trying to close Malcolm Jenkins. He's coming off the edge, and he just leaves a little bit, and you can't leave anything with Ezekiel Elliott. He's too tough. He finds every crease there is. That's a great effort by Elliott to pick that up.
Meanwhile, we're under 3.5 minutes left in overtime. Prescott keeps. He's down near the 11. Nigel Bradham with tackle number 13, a gain of 5. Remember, Philadelphia missed an extra point early in this second half. First of the year by Jake Elliott.
Now not only do the Eagles have to stop Dallas, they got to contend with the clock.
Low snap. Elliott is swallowed up back at the 15. That play made by Bennett. Man, is he playing hard? A loss of 3 on the play. The game clock is under 2.5.
Yeah, and if the Cowboys were to run this down, what a play there by Bennett. If they were to run this down and kick a field goal with no time on the clock, game's over. So here are the Eagles, big 3rd down here to give themselves a chance. They're 1-on-1 on the outside.
Well, now just 2 minutes remain. Dallas with 1 timeout, but maybe look at the other side with Philadelphia. Even if Philadelphia gets a stop here on 3rd down, if the clock's still running, they're going to have to use a timeout. They'll have only 1 left. And even though they get the ball back, they're going to be pressed for time.
If they don't make a stop here, the Cowboys can run it down to virtually nothing.
Extra men on the rush. Pass is caught. Deflection. Touchdown. Cowboys win. Amari Cooper. His third of the game. Rasul Douglas off his left hand. And to Cooper for the win.
Oh, Rasul Douglas is just sick about this. He plays it actually very well. He gets a hand on the ball, and Amari Cooper, why not? He's done everything else tonight. Why not catch the deflection for the win?
The Cowboys have won 5 straight. They have a stranglehold on the NFC East. And Douglas consoled on the sideline, got a piece of it, couldn't knock it down. Or Pickett. The final in overtime as the Cowboys win it.